What's up guys, it's Tom here and welcome back to a brand new Liverpool transfer news video. And the reason why I'm so excited is that there has been some big reports coming from South America, and considering that Thiago has South American heritage, his parents, I think his father is Brazilian, and also this news outlet Varsky Sports has already broken the news that Sadio Mane is signing for Liverpool, Naby Keita signing for Liverpool, and other players as well, and they have 2 million followers on Twitter, so they know what they are talking about. And they actually revealed last night that Liverpool have finally increased their bid to Bayern Munich to 30 million euros. So at the moment Bayern Munich have a 30 million euro bid on the table, and that was, according to many newspapers reported, their asking price. So guys, if you are excited about this news, and let me know, do you think Bayern will accept it, or will they reject it and even hold out for even more money and ask for money from Liverpool? Let me know what they think, and leave a like on this video if you are excited about this, and let me know in the comments below like what they think will happen in this scenario. So first, Liverpool tried to lowball Bayern Munich with a 29 million euro offer, and that might work with smaller clubs, but Bayern are a huge club and they said no, we are rejecting it. So now we came back with a 30 million euro offer, but the report is also saying that Bayern Munich are holding out for 35 million, hoping that maybe other clubs like Barcelona or Manchester United would bid higher than 30 million. But I think that maybe Bayern is a little bit misunderstanding or like miscalculating Thiago's true valuation in this pandemic transfer window, if you like. And also this comes after Sky Sports reported that the talks between Wijnaldum and Jurgen Klopp went really well, with our long-serving midfielder explaining to Jurgen Klopp that his priority is to stay at Anfield and presumably not to join Barcelona. The report also says that Jurgen Klopp told Wijnaldum he wants him to stay, and he wants Wijnaldum to sign a new contract with his current deal expiring at the end of the season. As it stands, any club would be able to offer Wijnaldum a new contract on January the 1st, just like with Thiago. And I think Wijnaldum, by many Liverpool fans, and by, especially most fans outside of Liverpool, is a very underrated midfielder at Liverpool. He is one of the most important parts of this great Liverpool era, where we won the Champions League and the Premier League, and we also finished with 97 points the season before last season. Can you see a scenario where Liverpool keep Wijnaldum and sign Thiago for around 30 to 35 million euros? I really hope so, especially with hopefully Harry Wilson going to Leeds United. I heard that Harry Wilson is interested in a Leeds United transfer, and Leeds United are thinking about bidding 20 million pounds for him, which would be enough to take him to Leeds United. And I think they don't have a player with the skill set of Harry Wilson, so that would be a good transfer. If Liverpool can get Karius and Grujic and Harry Wilson may be sold, and I'm also hearing that we could sell Brewster if somebody bids 25 million for him, with a buyback clause of course as well. Then out of those 2 or 3 or maybe even 4 outgoing transfers, we would have enough money to keep Wijnaldum, offer him a new contract, and also to bring in Thiago, which would be the best case scenario, I think. And Bild journalist Christian Falk, who has been one of the most reliable journalists about the Thiago transfer saga, has given a detailed like Q&A session about Thiago, and this is what he said. Thiago gave an interview at the Spanish national team in which he claimed he never said he would leave Bayern Munich. I think that was basically a cry for help by Thiago, because up to that point there was still no concrete offer that was deposited with FC Bayern. I know that some of the people in charge at the club were irritated by what he said. He is talking about the Bayern. He told it to his trainer Hansi Flick. He said it to Hasan Salihamidzic, and now he says something like that in public. So he told Hansi Flick and Salihamidzic that he wants to leave, and then he says something different at the national team. I think Thiago overestimated his market value in the times of the pandemic. Bayern demand 30 million euros. So far no club is ready to pay that amount, but since then it has came out that Liverpool are ready to pay that amount. So now it's up to Bayern whether they will accept it. But on this specific question, yes, I think he will go to Liverpool FC. These are the words of Christian Falk. Barcelona and Manchester United have not yet made a concrete offer to Bayern Munich either. And what is also significant is that Varsky Sports also revealed in their update that Thiago already agreed personal terms with Liverpool. So now only Liverpool have to match Bayern's valuation, or they have to come to some kind of agreement on the transfer fee. And after that, Thiago is ready to just be presented as a Liverpool player, because the personal terms are already signed, sealed, agreed. No negotiation required on that front anymore. Christian Falk was also asked, is there a chance that Thiago could join Liverpool on a free transfer, because Liverpool only have to wait until January the 1st to negotiate with Thiago on a pre-contract agreement. I've also read about this variant, Christian Falk said. I know how proud Thiago is. If the club that promised him a transfer now didn't act in the summer, it would be a kind of an insult. Don't forget, he turned down a very well paid, fully negotiated 4-year contract with Bayern Munich to join this new club Liverpool. If Liverpool don't strike now, the club will have to be prepared for Thiago to go back to Barcelona in the end, when he no longer costs a transfer fee in 2021. That would be a really bitter pill to swallow for Jurgen Klopp, because Thiago is the player he wants and who he could very well need for the upcoming season. Thiago would probably be perfect for Liverpool. And also he was asked about Werner and Havertz, which club was their first choice. Timo Werner's first choice was Liverpool for a long time. The reason is Jurgen Klopp, the coach, had convinced him for Liverpool, but like now with Thiago, the club bosses did not provide the money for the transfer, and also Lampard was also very convincing. That's why Werner went to Chelsea in the end. As for Havertz, it was never really concrete between him and Liverpool, although Liverpool had shown interest to his advisor. At the time, Havertz had Barcelona and Real Madrid in mind, and the pandemic forced these two big clubs to save money, so Chelsea had the necessary sporting arguments and the money. To blame it only for financial reasons would not be right. Chelsea have a young team with a lot of potential. This is a very interesting project for the two young Germans who want to prove themselves abroad. The rest was done by agent Rudiger, who knows the two of them well from the national team. And for Liverpool, the profile of the players who are wanted are clear. This was shown in the current transfer window. Klopp needs fresh blood and competition on the wing, in the center and in central defense. If these players don't come this summer, they will try in the coming season. Speculating about specific names now would not be serious. It is far too early for that. I know that Liverpool have their eyes on a Zakaria of Borussia Mönchengladbach. This is a very talented player who will hit the market next year. A move to the Premier League is easy for him to imagine. And Jurgen Klopp would be frustrated at first if his transfer wishes were not fulfilled, but only briefly. As a German coach, he is used to the fact that a club cannot buy superstars every transfer window. Don't forget, his clubs before were Dortmund and Mainz, so he had to be happy there if his best players weren't brought away from him. In addition, he's so close to normal life that he knows that there are more important things in these times. So don't worry, even without new stars, Jurgen Klopp will go to work with as much passion as he would with expensive transfers. What a brilliant insight into the latest transfer news around Liverpool by Christian Falk. I really think that he is one of the most knowledgeable journalists out there, and he knows what is going on with the Thiago saga. So now only thing left is for Liverpool to sell some players, and then we can match Bayern's valuation, whatever that is. It looks like it might be more than 30 million euros, but even for 35 million, for the reasons that Christian Falk said, not to upset Thiago and to prevent Thiago to go to another club, we need to buy him in this transfer window. Otherwise, that ship will sail and Thiago will not come to Liverpool. And also, James Pearce published an article where he said the overall hit to Liverpool's club revenues as a result of this financial crisis is now projected to be more than £100 million, less £100 million. That's the amount of hit that Liverpool's finances will be taking during this pandemic. Liverpool also expect there to be better value available in the transfer market towards the back end of the transfer window, which is a risky risky business, risky strategy, but it could pay off. And if we can sign some players on a lower transfer fee because of we wait another 2 or 3 weeks, then I'm all for it. I fully trust the Liverpool and Jurgen Klopp to still bring in 1 or 2 players. James Pearce also said that Liverpool are prepared to listen to offers in excess of £25 million for Ryan Brewster, providing a buyback clause is included in his contract or in the transfer deal. No such bid came in from any club so far. Around 12 clubs from the Premier League and the Championship registered interest in taking Brewster out on loan, but at this moment it looks like Liverpool try to just generate some income from transfers, so it looks like we are preferring to sell Brewster and then maybe buy him back in 1 or 2 years when the football finances are back up again. Signing a centre-back to replace Lovren and a wide attacker to ease the burden on Sadio Mane are the 2 main priorities for Liverpool, according to James Pearce. Ismaila Sarr is on the radar, but the current £40 million asking price is prohibitive, which means that Liverpool are just not going to pay 40 million for Ismaila Sarr. And I think that's a right decision. He's not worth that amount. I think the key is whether Liverpool can ship out the 7 or 8 fringe players that we had. I think the most expensive ones will be Grujic, Harry Wilson and Brewster. Those 3 players alone could fetch around 50 to 60 million pounds, but if we can sell all the fringe players for around 60 to 80 million, then it's not unthinkable for Liverpool to sign a backup centre-back, a wide attacker and even Thiago as well. But I think for Liverpool to do that, we need to sell basically almost all of our fringe players. And Jamie Redknapp said that it would be very dangerous for Liverpool not to sign another centre-back because of how often Matip and Gomez are out injured, and not to replace Lovren would be a risk for Liverpool. I think they are in a great position to win the title again, James Pearce said about Liverpool. History suggests we have to go out and sign 1 or 2 players to strengthen the squad, and I think people have said that in the last few weeks. Why haven't Liverpool maybe tried to get Thiago or get 1 or 2 players in to strengthen the centre-back area? You have lost Dejan Lovren, and that leaves you quite short with only Matip, Gomez and Virgil van Dijk. From their point of view, you just hope you don't get any injuries, because if they were to get any injuries in that area, they would be short, especially when Gomez had injuries. Matip can't always play the full season. You might think that might be an area where Liverpool could struggle. He's such an important player for the team, Wijnaldum. He's very talented, incredible energy, and why would you want to let him go at the moment unless you can get someone in who is even better than Wijnaldum? And I don't see that many midfield players better in the world right now that you can do what he can do. So I think that Jamie Redknapp hit the nail on the head. Liverpool still need to bring in at least 2 players. I think Thiago and the centre-back. But if Liverpool thinks that Fabinho can play as a backup centre-back in the defense and basically make up the numbers, and Thiago will play in Fabinho's place, or Henderson can play in Fabinho's place, if we bring in another midfielder, then maybe we could spare the signing of the centre-back, but only if we can't sell many of our fringe players and we don't have any money to spend. That's the only scenario where I can see that happening. And Marcelo Bielsa, the manager of Leeds United, has said some interesting things about Liverpool. This is what he said: Liverpool are a just champion, a deserved champion of the Premier League. They have a consistent style of play. Without a doubt, they are one of the best teams in the world. And it's a very special game, Liverpool against Leeds, full of different scenarios to last season. They have a defined system with very good players. I reiterate, they are one of the best in the world. With the work that Klopp has done everywhere, he has been, it has given him a chance to shine in every league he has been. And I think Leeds United being back to the Premier League is absolutely fantastic, but I think the first game probably it will be too much for them. I think Liverpool at Anfield, we want to hit the ground running, we want to get the 3 points, especially because after that we have Chelsea and Arsenal, which are going to be 2 incredibly hard games for Liverpool. Especially the Chelsea away one, I can see there Liverpool may be dropping points, so it's a must that we beat Leeds at home on the first day of the season. especially because Man United and Man City are not playing on the first game week, so we can already get a lead on them starting off in the Premier League. And former Liverpool goalkeeper Sander Westerveld, he was the Liverpool goalkeeper when I started following Liverpool, so that says something. He said that Alisson is one of the best goalkeepers in the world. To do that, you have to be good at everything, and he has no weak points. You have to dominate your box. You have to grab great reflexes. He's big, he has this aura around him. He has confidence. The way he plays out with his feet is just amazing to watch. There are only a few goalkeepers at the moment who are so complete like Alisson. Great goalkeepers make saves in decisive moments, not when you're losing 4-0. He makes saves when you're winning 1-0, and that wins you the game. I think he's a perfect goalkeeper for Liverpool right now. And nowadays goalkeepers are fitter, more powerful, they can jump higher. You have to play like an outfield player, so your team always has an extra man. If you do that well, it gives your team so much confidence. They play more on the ground, so you don't see goalkeepers kicking the ball long to the strikers a lot of the time in every game like we used to. That's a good observation, obviously, and I think that the modern day goalkeeper has to be good with his feet. Otherwise you can't play for a big club, because many times you have to do a back pass to the goalkeeper and he has to hit the midfielders or even the strikers sometimes with a long ball. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this Liverpool transfer news video. I had a lot of fun making it for you guys. Have a nice day. See you later. Goodbye.